بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. In the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most compassionate, the most merciful, all praise and thanks are due to him, and peace and blessings be upon his beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Assalamu alaikum. Now today's topic is about monotheism, at-tawheed. It's not a new topic, but it's, I'm not saying one of, it is the most important thing in our lives. Now, what is the biggest title that we call ourselves with? We are Ummat Tawheed. If you want the biggest umbrella for us to be described, what is it? Ummatul Tawheed. What does this mean? We need to understand it. At-Tawheed. It's not something new. Maybe we said it 10 times, 20 times. We must keep repeating to fix the concepts, convey the concepts, teach it to your kids, to anyone at home, please, because basically what will, bi'idhn al-Mawla Azza wa Jal, save us when we meet Allah is our attitude from Tawheed. Ikhtisar. Now, Tawheed is translated with two English words. Some people, they call it monotheism. It's the classical old translation from the word mono, in Latin means one. Monotheism means, in the modern English, oneness. Monotheism or oneness of God. Now, the big mistake that many Muslims they make is oneness of God is translated for them to believe that Allah is one, period. That's it, close the file. Which is one of the biggest mistakes in our lives. Now, monotheism, oneness of God, Tawheed is a term, mustalah. This term contains a big, huge concepts, mafhum. And this big concept contains many concepts. All of them must be, we must be aware of, believe in, accept, react upon, have an attitude towards, as a package, not just the number one. Which means, mashallah. So, because if you think that Tawheed is just to believe that Allah is one, many non-Muslims will share us with this, by the way, which is not the case. So I will do my best, inshallah, in the coming few minutes, in a very simple way, to tell you what are the most three concepts that you must be aware as a believer, and what should your attitude be towards these three concepts. Concept number one, to believe that Allah is Rabb, Lord. I will explain what does it mean. Then to believe that Allah is Ilah, the only divine being, and has a meaning. I will explain it. Then to believe in the concept of tanzih, no equivalent translation in English. One of the best translations, to believe in the glorification of Allah. Tanzih, I will explain what does it mean. Just fix in your mind the titles now. Titles of three concepts. Rububiyyah, Uluhiyyah, Tanzih. To believe that Allah is Rabb means to believe that Allah is the only creator, the only one who initiates anything in the universe, the only one who's in charge of anything happens in this universe, whether to start or to finish, giving life, now decreasing the death on someone, something from nothingness that happens min al-adam. Everything is just the decision, the plan, the application of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If anyone thinks that someone else, somebody else, something else shares Allah with this area, he's a mushrik. That's why we called ishrak. Now mushrik, the polytheist, from word ashraka, to combine something with something. Now, I will be a mushrik if I think that a person shares Allah, yusharik Allah, shirk, with this power. If I believe that this wali or this person or this group has the power of giving me the cure or the life or bringing someone from death, if I believe, just I believe inside, I'm committing a shirk. Through the gate of rububiyyah. Rububiyyah means your heart, your mind must be aware. Allah Allah is the only creator and the only one who takes the decision of everything happens in the universe. No one, nobody, nothing else. So I'm getting into Tawheed from the gate of Rububiyyah. This is one gate, just be careful. Now I'm talking about three gates. Either you take them or leave them. By failing in fulfilling one of them, you lost everything. وَلِلَّهِ الْمَثَلُ الْأَعْلَى. It's like for example, we are living in Canada now. If you want to obtain your nationality as a Canadian citizen, you have some conditions must be combined together. One of them, you have to live, let's say, holding the PR at least for 3 or 4 or 5 years. And you must, within these 5 years, live at least continuously, let's say 2 years. So if someone gets into Canada illegally and he has been living in Canada for 10 years, can he ask for the nationality? But 10 years, this is one condition. What are the conditions? Have you been here legally? No, you lost the case. But I was legally for 10 years, but I was going and coming. By law, you need at least 2 or 3 years altogether to be in Canada. You lived altogether just 11 months out of consideration, no nationality. So you have not fulfilled the conditions, the full conditions, a combination of. The same thing, when you say about Tawheed, you have 3 big conditions. Condition number 1, to believe that Allah is Rabb, with the meaning that. Condition number 2, which is the most serious one for Muslims, which is to believe that Allah is the only Ilah. Ilah means, as a terminology, He is the only being who deserves to be worshipped. المستحق الوحيد للعبادة. Which means no one else deserves your full submission for His will. Ibadah is not just the rituals, just to come to the mihrab. No. This is a simple aspect. The core idea behind the ritual worship is submission, which we say, whatever He says, Hadr ya Allah. Whatever He prohibits, Hadr ya Allah, without even questioning. No problem to question, to understand. قال ربي أرني كيف تحيي. Seeking, no problem with seeking the knowledge, but not with the attitude of questioning Him or being arrogant. And this is the problem of Iblis. So don't mix. You have the right to ask, seeking the knowledge, but not the ask out of doubting His wisdom or out of being arrogant. Be careful. You will lose the fold of religion. So Ilah means full submission for His will. Many Muslims, they have left Islam through this gate. You know how many Muslims in practice, they accept Marxism rather than Allah's will. They accept liberalism rather than Allah's will in legislations. Accept their tribalism rather than Allah's will. Practically, it's not. By the way, what I'm highlighting is not something simple. It causes someone to be inside or outside Islam. So this is the second gate. No one else, no being deserves to be worshipped. Worship not just coming to the salah. Full submission to His will in what you know. His will contains all the ahkam, legislations that you know in Islam. And this is gate number 2. So we have, He is the only Rabb, no one shares Him. The only Ilah deserves to be worshipped alone. Giving your submission to someone, something else, you are committing another aspect of shirk. Third one, concept of tanzih. Tanzih needs some explanation and I will finish. As I told you, to the best of my knowledge, in English language, there is no equivalent for the concept of tanzih in the Islamic terminology. One of the terminology that they use, which is to glorify, to sabbih or tahmid. Now, tanzih, I need to explain the concept for you. Tanzih means to have a full faith attitude that nothing in the universe resembles God, looks like Allah, and Allah does not look like anything in the universe. Which means to believe that everything in the universe except Allah does not look like Allah. Why? What is the philosophy behind it? Here is the most important point. Everything in a Shabab in the back, please. Shabab in the back. Shabab. To believe, I'm sorry for that, I'm not able to concentrate what I was saying.
Philosophy behind it.
Jazakallah khair, yes. Now, the philosophy behind the tanzih is the following. Allah created everything in the universe on the base of weakness, defects, shortcomings. The only perfect thing is Allah. Be careful. Everything. Give you a simple example. We, human beings, are one of the best creation of Allah. Yet, look how defects and weakness points we have. Can we live without being breastfed when we are born? So if a child does not have a mother, no milk, means what? Dead. Type. Can we live without oxygen? Which means we need. We need means weakness. You need. Can you live without food? Weakness. Can you live without sleeping? Can you live without going to the toilet? Can you eat without going to the washroom? Can I keep counting? Tens of aspects that we are built on the concept of being completely dependable on each other. I need you, you need me. I need my mother needs me. Husband needs the wife needs the husband. You need a kid, you can't have it without a female. Female needs the male needs the female. The father needs the kid for emotional whatever, for the future. Everything is dependable on everything else. From philosophical faith point of view, this is an aspect of weakness and shortcomings. ضعف ونقص. Allah is the only thing that's complete and perfect. And this is the meaning of قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد. الصمد قال القائم بنفسه غير المحتاج لغيره. الصمد means, but you read it every day, tens of times. Allah Samad means He is the being who does exist by His own self, does not need anyone or anything else. قائم بذاته. Who in the universe قائم بذاته, which means fully dependable on him or her or itself, nothing. That's why we come tanzih. When you resemble, do tashbih, if anything of the universe, a tree, a mountain, a person, a cow, a body, a group, with Allah, you are insulting Allah. Because as if you are saying that Allah is weak like this creature. That's why not having the tanzih will cause you to be outside of the fold of religion. So we combine the three main concepts: Rabb, Ilah, Munazzah. If you do not have them all together within yourself, clear acceptance, attitude towards Allah, you are not fulfilling the concept of Tawheed. So Tawheed is not just number one. All of this together. That's why, for example, we have a big problem with any religion believes that Allah has incarnated in a human form, regardless of their justification. If Allah became in a human form and He was in need to eat or to drink or to sleep, that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was paying our attention to this reality in the Quran. ما المسيح ابن مريم Yes, بدايتها كان يأكلان الطعام, the beginning of it. حد يذكرني فيها.
المسيح ابن مريم الا رسول قد خلت من قبل الرسل وامه صديقة كان
احكي لي البدايه واحد بس.
ما المسيح ابن مريم الا
رسول قد خلت من قبل وامه صديقة. جزاك الله خير. ما المسيح ابن مريم الا رسول قد خلت من قبله الرسل وامه صديقة كانا ياكلان الطعام. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is just teaching us the concept, the common sense of how to distinguish between a divine being and a human being. Jesus Christ is just a messenger and a prophet like those who preceded him from messengers and prophets. And his mother was righteous, pious lady, like a saint. Both of them, they used to eat food. This is the rhetorical high style language of the Quran of telling you that they used to go to washroom, to the toilets. It's like a divine message from Allah to tell you and me and all of us, don't ever accept that God will need to go to toilets. Be careful. To distinguish between a divine being and a human being. This is part of the concept of tanzih. I need the toilet, you need it, all of us. No one can disagree with this reality. We can't live without going to washroom. Allah does not need a washroom. Subhanahu. That's why, this is the meaning of subhanallah. We say subhana, tasabbaha, ay taqaddasa, ay tanazzah. He is above all what you think from defect points. So, conclusion. Tawheed means Allah is Rabb, Ilah, Munazzah. All together as one package. Missed one, missed all. You want to be a real muwahhid, accept the full package with full purity without associating anyone, any else, anything in this full package. أقول قولي هذا استغفر الله لي ولكم. Please convey these concepts to your kids, to your brothers, to your sisters at homes. It's our duty to educate the people around us. جزاكم الله خير. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.